Hello, good evening, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday, where I will be playing Sunless Sea some more, and hopefully surviving the night, because, well, things are in a bit of a situation right now. I'm running low on fuel. I don't have as many crew members as I would need to move at full speed, and I'm far away from London, and I need to get myself back to London. I have to. There's so much stuff there. So, well, let's get over to the game. Here I am at the Salt Lions, only 6 fuel to my name. And that is a problem. Now, the question here is, can I buy fuel here at the Salt Lions, which is something that I had forgotten to check last time I played. So, let's try that first. Can I buy fuel? I cannot. There is no fuel to be had here. So, I have a load of Sphinx stone to take back to London. I need to get back to London. So, my best bet is to head over here. This is a light ship, and they will sell me fuel. They will charge an arm and a leg for it, but they will sell me fuel. So, that's where I must go. And hopefully without going mad before then, because I can't leave my lights off because my terror's too high. So we're gonna take a tight turn here. Okay, we're gonna attempt to sail in the straightest line possible towards that light ship. Which promptly fails. Oh boy. Are they gonna chase me the whole way? Oh, not bats. I'm almost there. I've still got 4 fuel. I've still got 38 hull. I'm almost there. No! Oh! I made it! Somehow. Okay. I yet live. I think I'm going to have to deal with these dreams first. Oh no. Well, let's Oh, I don't have any recent news. That's a pity. I'm gonna have to buy the fuel here, as expensive as it is, or I'm not gonna make it back to London. Okay, I have 5, 6, 7, I think 7 is going to be enough. I think 7 is going to be enough. All right, let's deal with this dream while we're docked. Truth in dreams. The Neath, the cavern that holds the Untersee, is prowled by dreams. There's a story that it was once the skull of a dead god. Perhaps that would explain it. Sleep deeply. Dose yourself with black spore and you're less likely to dream, which is a high-risk challenge with only a 22% chance of success. I'd probably end up poisoning myself. Or listen to your dreams. What will you learn? All right, let's listen to the dreams. A dream of spires. Mirror-faceted pillars rise around you like trees in a forest, more so because each glows with a shifting green light. The Z laps at the base of the pillars. A voice from above cries out in 7 languages, and you understand each one. Once this was the face of a rem. It will be taken from us. Gained a terror, and gained a memory of distant shores. Okay, I choose to believe that 7 fuel will get me there. Now, problem is we have this ship right here. And it is way bigger than I am and has way more crew. And it's just there. You can't see me. You can't see me. You cannot see me. Nope. Can't see me. Okay. I may have bought more fuel than I need, but that's better than not having enough. It really is. But I have made it back to London alive! Ah, a breath of relief. In more ways than one. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling. Okay. Terror is always reduced to 50 when you return to London if it's higher than 50. However, if your terror was high, you may suffer nightmares later. I've gained 2 menaces. Nightmare strength is now 4. But I'm back down to 50 terror, so yay. Alright. Let's collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Let's see. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. I've gotten another day. And the Rose Market is still exactly the same as it was before. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks due to odd circumstances. So I don't have the clearest memory of what all I have. I have the Sphinx Stone. Let's see, I have 5 outlandish artifacts. I remember I'm collecting those for something. I think it was to create a cabinet. 2 memories of distant shores. Restful nights, a hunter's eye, which I don't actually know what I use that for. Okay, I have port reports. I have several port reports. So I should go visit the Admiral. Let's submit these port reports. That will get me some more fuel. Port Cecil, the principles of coral. I have no idea why anyone thought that settlement was a good idea. Okay, 30 Echo. And my favor remains unchanged, but they gave me a fuel. Nuncio. Ah yes, the place that lures away postmen. One hears no end of complaints from the postal service. 30 echoes, another favor, a fuel. Abbey Rock. We categorize it as a military installation, you know, although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. Okay, 20 echoes and a fuel. Pigmote Isle. I'm not certain I heard you correctly. Are you quite certain this is the report you wish to make? So be it. 10 echo and a fuel. Frostfound. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars. But liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report? Okay, so 30 echo and a fuel. The Salt Lions. The bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. Oh, my hold is full. Because I didn't sell off my Sphinx Stone. Oh no. Oh, this is a tough choice. Actually, 1 supplies. Okay, I have more reports to turn in, but I'm gonna have to sell off this Sphinx Stone before I do that again. Alright. Deliver Sphinx Stone. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge of the Ministry of Public Decency, wait with a cart. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here's your reward. 500 echo. No longer have any Sphinx Stone. Lost 2 terror. Excellent. Okay, let me turn in the rest of my port reports. Alright, Demo Island. You've been to Demo's Gate? Alright, 20 more echo and another fuel. And Now here's the question. What do I still have? I have an intriguing snippet, an extraordinary implication, heirloom, hunter's eye, restful night, an ironclad will, outlandish artifacts, memories of distant shores, tales of terror, Z-stories, fragments. Okay. Who do I... The intriguing snippet and the extraordinary implication should go to somebody. I'm just not sure entirely who. Let's double check. Does the Admiral take either of those? He does not. So perhaps the alarming scholar? Yes, the scholar will take both the extraordinary implication and the intriguing snippet. Yeah, I choose to do that. Let's start with the intriguing snippet. I might perhaps classify this as gossip, not data. Nevertheless... Oh, zesty, zesty. This one will do very well shared. Thank you. Your payment. Alright, favor has increased. Gained a fragment and 50 echoes. I have 2 memories of distant shores, so I'm gonna sell them one. Wells of emotion. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing, eyes. They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop, they sob, at last. This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macaw of memories. I wish each individual tone recalled. 10 echoes, favor increasing. Alright, extraordinary implication. What a tantalizing crumb! The scent of secrets. I will place it with the others. One day I will have enough. 250 echo, and favors is increasing. Okay. Back outside we go. Okay, who is the new recruit on offer? Although it is unlikely that I will take them unless they are absolutely spectacular. But let's see, who awaits my attention? The brisk campaigner. Hoy, you need a real physician, none of your surgeons. The brisk campaigner is a skilled doctor who increases hearts and iron. Well, that's marvelous, but I already have the Clattery heir, so... yeah. But what I am interested down here is engage a Zaylor. What desperate desire has led this one to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen. Consequently, they're cheap. To increase my crew by 1, to bring me up to 6, which I would very much like. 5 whole echo. Very cheap indeed. I will take that. Lost 5 echo, gained a crew, lost 1 terror. Now, let's see. Did I take my gunnery officer to Demo Island last time I was there? I've forgotten. Let's speak to her. No hints. Just increase your iron with her. I do need to increase my... one of my mirrors. I need to increase my mirrors. Yes, thank you, computer. I really did not need to. Let's see. I have 9 secrets, so I can afford to spend a couple to increase my mirrors. So maybe one of your secrets can drag something out of my sigil narrator. I'm sorry, it's the pain. No, this is what you wanted, I think. He is eager to instruct you, like a drowning man striking for air, but he struggles to put words to his understanding. Does his sigil give him insights, or is it old learning he has failed to forget? Alright, again. Alright, that's as much as I'm willing to spend right now. Let me go to my lodgings and read the papers. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor Empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. I now have a recent news, and I've lost a whole terror. I could rest in my townhouse to reduce terror, heal 2 wounds, and give me 2 restful nights if I do not already have some. But I already have some, so it's a little expensive. So I will not be doing that. However, I need to repair my ship. 33 is way too low. Let's see here. To completely repair my hull for 25 echo and 3 favors. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Admiralty yards for this. And my hull is fully repaired! Yay! Okay. Now that the extreme necessities have been taken care of, I don't believe I have anything to sell in the Rose Market, but let's double check. Yeah, the Dauntless Temperance Campaigner is looking for live specimens, and a Jovial Contrarian is purchasing long boxes. But no. I would much rather use my free night to carouse in Wolfstack Docks to reduce my terror, hopefully. 80% chance of success. Well, let's try it. There is no danger here. Try to enjoy yourself. A good night out. Sea shanties, good companionship, and the warmth of a pub fire. Lost 5 terror, lost 10 echo. Another recent news. Trouble and romance. That night in Wolfstack, you find yourself sharing a table with someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. Your only love is the Z. You'll take comfort where you find it, but that's all it is. Sure. A relaxing evening. Together, you exercise the chill of the Neath. When you wake, you're alone, but that's how you've always preferred it. That's lost 2 more terror, so now I'm sitting at 39. My nerves! My nerves! Okay. Is there anything else? I'm leery about going through the visit for Mr. Sachs thing because I feel like I haven't explored enough. The problem with the Mr. Sachs thing is that, as I remember, you have to do it pretty quickly. So if you don't know where the place that the demand to go is, well, that's a problem. However, we're doing pretty well on the raising of money at this point. getting that much closer to the next better ship. I'm about halfway there. I would like to go to the Forked class. Maybe? Yeah, 200 hull, same hold capacity. Yeah, having that extra hull strength would be really, really nice. So let's pause for a moment and where to go? I could buy 5 mushroom wine and go to Godfall. I don't have enough mirrors to do the Admiralty mission yet. And I have yet to find the Fathom King's Hold, which is a place that I need for my personal mission. South or Central Untersee. Yeah. You know what? Why don't I buy some mushroom wine and go to Godfall? That sounds like it could be fun. I just need to remember where I buy the mushroom wine at. Is it here? Yes, it is here. And according to my notes, it's 5 mushroom wine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I really should not have thrown the supplies out for the fuel, but oh well. Okay, I have 12 fuel. Sure. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try with this. So, the idea is to go to Godfall. So, let's aim for Demo Island. Yeah, if we go for Demo Island, it will be easier to get to Godfall from there. So let's just aim for this gap here. Oh man, my ship is slow. Okay, we want to trend a little bit downward. They've seen me, but they're confused that I won't engage. They'll only chase so far. Okay, I'm going to pause, and we'll deal with this restless night. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Inquire about her dreams the next morning. What did they see? This is a modest challenge with a 70% chance of success. Or ignore them. The captain can't be seen to take things seriously. What did they see? Eyes and a face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer's mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It is the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. That's a failure. I gained a terror. Figures. Okay, that's... Ah, I am on the right track. I am nearly there. Here we are. Iron and Misery Company Funging Station. And some sort of threat? Oh, more pirates. They won't attack me in port. Alright, the Iron Misery Company Funging Station. Iron and Misery has a funger operation here, felling giant Belegus shrooms for building materials, harvesting Kirili for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? Okay, so we can have tea with the Factor. Poor fellow needs the company and he can spare an hour away from his schedule. We can explore Demo Island, close crowded thickets of Belegus and Skirli. The Iron and Misery Company fells them daily, but they grow back almost as fast. The interior of the island is dark and wild. Accept a volunteer. One of the company's Belegus fellers has negotiated an early release from her contract. It's the sproutlings, she tells you, her face pleading. I keep picking them out of me porridge, and me hair, and me eyes. Take me away. I'm a good worker. This would be another crew member, unlocked with a single echo, which I may well take because I like to have 7 crew. Compile a port report. The Admiralty likes to keep an eye on the Iron and Misery's activities. Provide a respite from mushrooms if I had a strange catch. Or gather supplies. Some of the island's fungus is good to eat. Some is poisonous, hallucinogenic, or mischievous. Good luck! Well, we're going to start where I always start. We're getting a port report. The business of spores. Of course, I&M's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, record what you can. That is one port report. Let's explore the island. It's the little things. The click of a sliding stone where there should be silence. A motion in the shadows as if they were thick-stirred like ink. A lull in the cries of the Z-bats. Something is watching you, drawing closer hour by hour. You and your crew draw back to back, watching the darkness. Okay, so the options that we have here are wait, watch, and end it. It has stealth, but you have rifles. All you need is a clear shot, and you'll earn yourself a trophy. This is a high-risk challenge with a 25% chance of success. Captured alive, this could be tricky. This is also a high-risk challenge with only a 14% chance of success. Or retreat to the ship. Put clear black water between you and the thing in the shadows. A matter of luck, 80% chance. I'm going to take the 80. I am going to take the 80. Because I like to pretend I'm not stupid. Without a trace, you retreat to the ship in good order. Your lanterns keep the darkness at arm's reach, and you neither see nor hear any trace of the creature. But when you count your crew up the gangplank, you come up one short. Oh, I gained 5 terror and lost a crew. Well, that started quickly. And now I don't have the option of getting the new crew member. Oh no. Oh, I should have done that first. Okay, well, let me just hop over here quickly. We're going to put the missing crew member on the death counter. Less than an hour in, and I have already lost a crew member. Go me. I will not try to gather supplies. Perhaps if I stop by here again on my way back, the chance for a crew member will come up again. Now, if I want to go to Godfall, I need to go around and up. Which means I would really like for these pirates to... squeeze through here. Away from the pirates into the mist. And straight into some more pirates. Ah! Oh no. They are firing remarkably well for being in the fog. Why are there so many pirate ships? No, 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 no. I'm gonna die because I went to the wrong side of the dock. Okay, that's just plain horrible. Your hull is below half strength. Enemy attacks may now do additional damage to your terror crew or supplies. Ugh. Well, we've arrived at Godfall. The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalactite, which fell from the roof, but their chief interests seem to be wine, blood, and shouting. Okay, so we brought them wine, and it's probably cost me my life to do so, so let's let them tell me of wine. The throats of the brothers are dry. They'll pay for something to moisten them. A half-dozen currencies, mostly echoes, but here's khanate paper money, the whimpering coins of Polythreme, and a strange glass token that might be from Far Irem. Donations, the abbot captain affirms, pilgrims are generous. Losing 5 casks of mushroom wine, I've gained 150 echo. Alright, let's have them shout at us. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, is one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. That's a port report. That is it for here. I was thinking that I would try heading to the Salt Lions. Take some more Sphinx Stone back, but it's just like... I don't even know if I can survive to leave this port. Oh, that bloody ship. It and its little friend. I'm not sure what to do. Oh no. Horrors below. Sailors at the rail call softly. Something swims beneath the ship. I saw it looking up at us, one says, his voice a tremble. Call them away, don't look. Or bring out the nets. Well then, let's catch it, which is a chancy challenge with a 51% chance of success. Don't look. Don't look. A shudder in the hull. Whatever's down there, it's better not to know. They'll forget soon enough. I've lost a terror. May not be enough to save me, but I've lost a terror. Okay. I want to wait until this ship has... What is this ship doing? Oh no, why? They're very confused. I may yet be saved by their complete confusion. And their lack of speed, despite their crew size. And it's another Restless Nights. Have a lot of Restless Nights lately. Okay, let's try the 70% chance. Oh, that's 10 more terror. The whole night with... Yes, you say softly. You lay your hand on the sailor's burning forehead. There are storms in the roof. Hush, we won't join them yet. Gain 10 terror, but that's a success? Oh, lordy. Oh, not a jelly. I decline to care about a jelly. They're about the same speed as I am, so with them being that far back, I don't have to worry. We have arrived at the Salt Lions. We don't have enough cargo space. Darn it! Well, we have arrived at the Salt Lions. Two basalt beasts, cathedral side. They frowned eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Pick, pick, picking. There's a supply dock below. Okay, so first thing to do is compile a port report. Let's visit the Unmakers. Muscular pick-wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Fungal tisane and tea cakes. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4? I wouldn't call us Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast. Most of them. Some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes. Lost 5 terror. Gained a fragment. I need 3 more spaces. I need 3 more spaces in my hold. I wonder if I went up to Demo and then came back. Turn, turn, turn. Is it that ship again, or something else? Haha! Alright, I'm going to accept the volunteer this time around. So that now I'm back up to 6 crew. I did not use up as much as I had hoped coming up here. What am I supposed to do with all these tales of terror? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, I did do the Demo Island thing for the gunnery officer. Hold on a moment. Cross off gunnery officer to Demo Island. Gunnery officer to, what does that say? Estival? A-E-S-T-I-V-A-L. Do I have Estival on my... Yes, I do. To the east. Far, far east. Okay. That doesn't entirely help, but... I would need 2 more spaces for the Sphinx Stone. Which, by the time I get back there, I should have, actually, because I'll have turned over a fuel, and I will most likely have turned over hunger as well. So... Okay, that's a fuel turnover, and that is a hunger turnover. I don't know where those pirates have gotten to. Reoccurring nightmare. Watched. The sea is as bright as milk. False stars above are black on a pitchy bed. Someone is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. You are transparent as glass. Flee the nightmare. Turn the helm and flee across the milk-bright sea. This will reduce nightmare's strength. If it reaches 0, the nightmare will fade entirely. If you have any restful nights, they'll reduce the difficulty. This is a modest challenge with a 74% chance of success. Or I can go deeper into the nightmare. The eye wants to learn you. Well, let it. You'll learn the eye in turn. Increases the strength. If it reaches 5, you'll confront the nightmare. This is dangerous, but may win you a secret. That is a 37% chance of success. I choose to take the higher one. I will take the 74. Let's go. An escape? The sea churns in your wake. You pull away from the eye, into the shallower waters of waking, but a terror clings. That's a success. I gained 4 terror, lost 1 menace nightmare strength, so I only have 3, and I still have a restful night. Oh, I see the pirate ship. I don't think it's clocked me, though. No, it didn't quite see me. Alright, I'm back again. Sure, let's visit the Unmakers again. Lost 5 more terror. And double check. I have just enough space in the hold. Let's grab some Sphinx Stone. If the stones weep, an Unmaker advises you, ignore them. Unless they flood your hold, of course. Then you should probably drop them overboard. Don't tell anyone I said that. Alright. Back to London. Very carefully. I do not want to engage that ship. So I'm going to scooch along over here. Going to skip Guider's Mourn. I sail this way, I should hit Quaker's Haven. Oh boy. Yeah, we're in the Corsair's forest, but it appears that we're lucky so far. Oh, I'm starting to get concerned. Okay, Quaker's Haven is around here somewhere. Wait, there it is. Maybe I'll be lucky and I can buy some fuel here. Once, this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs, before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. Okay, so we have drinks at the Cock and Magpie. The Cock and Magpie's door is opened wide. The glow from the windows is bright today. And the singing... Wait, where's the singing? Darn it, they're still teetotaling. Explore the shore. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. Pick up a wretched mog, which I'm absolutely not going to be doing. Chat to the fishermen. They sail the Zee around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Or visit the hilltop above town. Chat to the fishermen. That'll give us a port report. Drinks at the Cock and Magpie. They raise their mugs to you as you enter and welcome you with a hearty hello. Have a seat where you like, booms the barman as he pours a glass of water. No cider today, just the water. I hope that's all right, Captain. We've taken a liking to it, haven't we? The patrons raise their glasses and drink. Okay. Let's explore the shore. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. Disembarking, from a stony bay, you watch as a swift corvette draws into the harbor. The men and women on board are dressed in naval uniform and walk as if they were balancing the good book on their heads. And though the gas lamps on the dock blaze as if to burn the work, not a sailor squints. Alright, visit the hilltop. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Times change. Why have they got rid of their well? It's true, the bricks were blackened with mold, and the timbers were so rotten they looked like they'd give out whenever a bucket was drawn. But did they need to cap the hole with a steel plate? And why one with such delicately carved circles, and circles within those circles? At least there's one sensible change they've made. Installing a number of benches at the hilltop. Hard though they may be, it's pleasant to be able to take a rest and look out over the town. Lost 5 terror? That's it, all for now. Quaker's Haven is so weird. No shops here. Oh dear. I'm very close to London. Maybe I should have gone around the other way, but... I'm going to run with the lights off to try and save some fuel. Actually, you know what? Let's pop into the light ship. We'll trade them a recent news for something. Lost a recent news, lost 5 terror, gained a Z story. I'm gonna have to trade in some more Admiralty favor for repairs because this is bad. Okay. Let's start by delivering this Sphinx Stone. Same as before, lost 2 terror, gained 500 echo. Alright. I hadn't been gone long enough to get another day. That's great. Alright, the Admiral. So, about my port reports. Godfall, pirate monks. I honestly have no idea what we're supposed to do about pirate monks. What are they up to? Okay. That's 30 echo and a fuel. Salt Lions. Another 20 echo and a fuel. Quaker's Haven. They're getting along that well, you say. 5 echo and a fuel. Demo Island. 20 echo and a fuel. And I don't need to speak to the Admiral. To my lodgings to read the morning papers. Lost a terror and gained a recent news. What's waiting for me back in London? Is there anything? Not much good. To the dry docks. Three favor and 25 echo for full repairs. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, glory be. The question is, what to do next? All shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well very quickly. Okay. Well, the Godfall thing is really not a very great prospect, considering all the pirates in the waters around there. I still don't have enough mirrors for the Wither challenge. I need 75 for that, and I only have in my 30s. I need to find the Fathoms King's Hold for my personal story to find my father's bones. And my gunnery officer is trying to find Estival, which I don't know where that is. So, you know what? I think it's time to sail south. I think it's time to explore southward along the shore. I spent a lot of time going north. I think it's time to try south. So, to the shops. Let's buy lots of fuel. Buy a few more supplies. Okay. Let's go. It won't do to visit the salt lines too often. And honestly, though, the goings-on at Quaker's Haven are very weird. I wonder if something will happen if I just leave them alone for a while. Just gotta hit it one more time. Haha! With a forlorn and wailing cry, the megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded, as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. I could dissect it for knowledge, which is a 100% chance of success, or butcher it for supplies. I'm gonna dissect it for knowledge. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep-sea crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. 25 fragments. All right. Alright, things are opposite day because I am sailing down instead of up. I don't want to deal with a Jilly. The crab babies I feel like I can defeat, but the Jillies are faster. We have arrived at the Crimean Canal staging area. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface from a brighter sea. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. Okay, there is travel to the surface, which is not available because I don't have enough fuel or supply. I don't have enough fuel or supplies in combination. Listen for surface gossip. Gather information for port report. Alright, let's do the port report. Business as usual. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all of the Untersea, it's here. The surface stations have an interest in keeping the way open. I now have one perfunctory port report. Alright, let's listen for some surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with sun-tanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires and the final isles. I now have a vision of the surface. Woo! Alright. Southward. Hopefully not engaging the Jillian battle. For this trip, I think I'd like to stick closer to the shore. Oh man, another whirlpool. Sizzling vapors rise from the sea. Time slips sideways. A coil of rope has stung a stoker, and his fellows beat it to death. We are under the hand of the Iron Republic. Oh, are we now? No islands in the Z-Bat's range, but oh boy, here's the Iron Republic. I would prefer not to attract the attention of that ship. Let's put in here. Iron Republic, Hell's client state. Be wary, their laws are not the laws of man or nature. The Iron Republic, factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the lock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy calm harbor water. The citizens here have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic, freedom from all laws, even those of nature. Listen, your fears line up on the quay, waiting, waving like old lovers. This is unlocked if you have 70 terror or more, which I'm not there yet. Allow your sailors time ashore. Do they need shore leave this badly? Probably this will increase your terror. Perhaps something else horrible will happen. And it will cost 50 echoes. Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies. The Market of Hungers with its spires and sigils. It is a parody of the bazaar. Today, flies fill its arcades. Buzz, buzz. Compile a port report. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. Or fund a tittering artificer's project. Nearly ready. Yes, yes, nearly ready. I need more. You can have the prototype. When it's done, take it. Kill with it. I want to see what damage you can do. Ammunition will be difficult. It will cost you so much. So much. But the weapon. Oh, the weapon. This is a forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics. Unlocked with 1 secret, 7 Stygian ivory, and 12 devil-owned dice. Oh my goodness. Okay, port report. New passions. The sensations of the Republic are overwhelming. This is a desire for years. That is a hatred for Fountain. Here is an emotion that can only be expressed mathematically. Now you are awash with a nostalgia for the hatching of the egg. Write it down. Write it all down. Perhaps you'll be rid of it. I now have a port report. I've gained 2 hearts. The Parliament of Flies is open for business. I've gained a tale of terror and a memory of distant shores. Dang. Alright, let's try the Market of Hungers. I don't remember what the effect of this place is, but the Market of Hungers with its spires and sigils. Is it a parody of the bazaar? Today flies fill its arcades. Buzz buzz. The Merc folds. Visit the shops tab. Gained a terror, gained a fragment. Okay, what's in the shops? The House of Pleasures. The flies will caress you with their wings. Hurry up and purchase something. Okay, so I could sell Scintillac here, which I don't have. I could sell romantic literature here. I don't have. Buy or sell a judgment's egg. Buy fuel. Oh, it's so inexpensive here. Buy or sell a dread surmise. Buy a bale of parabola linen. Hold on. Didn't somebody want some parabola linen? No, that was a different life, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a different life. I mean, I will definitely buy some fuel. That is so inexpensive. I will not be allowing my sailors time ashore, though. Okay. Well, there's still more southward. I can give it a try, but I'm gonna have to be very... Yeah. Don't run into the wall. If I keep my light off and stick close to shore, maybe that ship won't notice me. Reoccurring nightmare. Watched. Oh, this again. Same thing as before. 93% chance of success versus a 46% chance of success. I will take the 93, please. Flee! Success. Gained 3 terror, lost the nightmares at a total of 2. I now have no restful nights, though. Oh, no, that's a storm. I don't know what kind of storm. Oh, it's a sandstorm. If I nip around the edges... Castle Clare. Wait, Grand Geode is some distance to the southwest. Ooh, into the sandstorm? That doesn't seem like the best prospect. Wait. Depending on where the port is... Where is the port? There is a port around here, right? Wait, oh, I see. Swing. It's hidden. It tried to hide from me. There it is. Grand Geode, a distant song like a mirage. Grand Geode, a naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry to the Geode's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription. Station 5, Adjunct. Asked to speak with someone in authority. What is this place? Or compile a port report. Just one moment. I'm gonna have to mute my mic for a second. Enjoy the text and such. Alright, sorry about that bit of silence there. I just need to take care of that ringing in the background. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Asked to speak with someone in authority. What is this place? Or compile a port report. Does the Admiralty know? Or want to know? I'm gonna start with the port report. The Marines are watching. Alright, let's ask to speak to someone in authority. What is this place? A blank space in your memory. You saw the Commodore, and then there was something bright. You discussed matters of importance. You're certain of it. Teasing clues linger in your memory. A sailor asked to stay behind, and you permitted it because it'll all come clear later, probably. Gain 25 terror! I have an extraordinary implication. I've lost a crew. I have memoirs of a sunstroke. And the light, it's pretty. Oh no. Purchase an element of dawn from the Commodore? The Commodore welcomes you, smiling, to his immaculate office. Crystals glitter in the walls. Of course, he says, glad to help, but we'll need to cover expenses for an element. The light only produces so many, you know. That's with a memoir of a sunstroke, 7 crew, 1 vital intelligence, and 50 supplies! And engage an officer, the Carnelian exile. A dark-spectacled woman marches up to you in some haste. Captain, take me with you. I am no longer welcome here, and I will show you where we need to go. The exile's a first officer who increases mirrors and pages. This one is mirrors and veils. She is free, though. Although, for the memoirs of a sunstroke. That's a tricky choice. That's a very difficult choice. Like, obviously I'm not purchasing an element of dawn. You know what? Let's take the Carnelian exile. I don't even know if I'm going to make it back to London with this amount of terror. I forget what happens when you top out your terror. So, well, actually, first, let's go and... I am very good at losing sailors. Okay. Let's go. You can come along. Here I am. A ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there because it becomes here. Okay. I'm not actually going to appoint her, but I believe I can speak to her anyway? Yes, I can. She has the discomfiting, even irritating habit of answering your questions just before you finish speaking. Is that a little fang? That looks like a little fang. Invite her to dine with you and ask her to remove her glasses. You'll need to tempt her with the very finest gossip of the Z. That is 1 supply and a searing enigma. Ask her to dine with you, but don't ask her to remove her glasses, which would be a supply and a searing enigma. She increases mirrors. Tell her a few words of what you've learned. She will do the same. Or ask her with At Last, Salt's song. Okay. Well, that's fascinating. You know, it's just my pages are already really high. I would prefer to have the veils from the Sigil-Ridden Navigator. So she's going to lounge at her ease until I figure out what to do with her. Okay. I think it would be best to set sail back towards London. And to leave the lights on. Oh no. You don't see me. No, no, you don't see me. Crew and 400 hull strength. Oh man, they have more than one gun. Unfinished revolutionaries? The heck is that supposed to mean? Questing tentacle? Gleaming, it rises from the sea. It coils lazily around a sailor who does not speak or cry out. She only steps into its embrace and is gone. No one. Ask and no one will answer. That's another one! Alright. I'll just put that on the tracker, I guess. Can't keep a sailor to save their lives. Did you imagine it? The sea is quiet, nothing stirs, but you saw the moon-pale limb of the monster. Was it there? Did the sailor leap? Surely you didn't push her. Surely. Oh, lordy. I am down enough crew that now the ship has slowed to a crawl. I am so glad. Oh, mutiny. Yeah, terror reached 100, didn't it? Yep. Fear and despair have destroyed the loyalty of your crew. Half of those who remain have taken up arms against you. You've taken shelter in the bridge while their shots ring out around you. Cut them down! Cowards! Villains! Damn them all! Failure here means your game is over. That's a high-risk challenge with a 25% chance of success, or attempt to win them round. You're their only hope of reaching home alive. Make them understand that. Failure here will, as it happens, also end the game. High-risk challenge, 11%. 25, 11. I'll take the higher one, oh lord. Treachery and despair. You take cover with your loyalists and hold them at bay as long as you can. One by one, you run out of ammunition. When they storm the bridge, you fight them hand to hand, to no avail. One of them smashes you through the glass of the bridge windows. You tumble to the deck as they shout in desperate victory and land with a final crunch. Iron 43 failed in a challenge. Try again, you may have better luck. Well, You and all your crew are gone. London will speculate in vain as to how you might have met your end. Into darkness. You will be mourned, but you provided for your heir. That's with I have the will. Okay, so let's do some math here. I had 4 crewmates left, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 officers that we can see, so that's 10, plus 3 more who were on hold, which makes for 13. So, 13 plus 3 is 16. Yeep. And that's what happens when your terror reaches 100, apparently. Alas. Demiser of D, welcome. You're just in time for my failure. Yes, thank you for the F to mourn. Oh boy. Well, that's it for Eleanor. Let's see. I need a woman's name that starts with F. I'm crossing off all the things for Eleanor here. We'll figure out the next captain soon. All right. Felina? Maybe Felicia, but you know, then it'll be inevitably be by Felicia, you know. It's over for now, but a 5th captain has given their life to the cause of exploration. Choose a legacy to preserve something for your next captain. All right, what do we got? Okay, so we have choices. We have rival to retain 50% of iron and a weapon. Not terribly useful. My weapon was not great. It was slightly better than the starter, but there is pupil to retain 50% of their mirrors and 50% of their money. Tempting. Salvager, retain 50% of their veils and 50% of their money. Shipmate, to retain 50% of their hearts and an officer. Or correspondent, to retain 50% of pages and their chart. Now, I personally do not consider the chart to be terribly useful because everything moves each time you die. And the things that don't move, I already know where they are. So correspondent, it doesn't work for me. Shipmate is tempting, particularly because the bandage poissonniere here, he costs quite a bit of money to gain him as a cook, and is pretty much the only cook that I have so far encountered. in the game to my memory. So it's very tempting for that. I mean, there's also the salvager to retain 50% of the money and 50% of the veils. Although it appears that the veils is not actually a good deal for this particular character. Nor are the mirrors from the pupil. Strange about the hearts, though. That doesn't change either, but... yeah, I think I'm gonna go with shipmate, simply to retain the cook, and not have to pay for him. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I shall be their former shipmate, who escaped the mutiny that just took everything. And yeah, let's go. It is difficult for a small trader to make money. Don't say. Captain's making. 3 decades ago in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee. Now, the past wreathed in shadows is not useful at all. I'm just going to say that outright. That's for somebody who deliberately wants to make the game even harder for themselves than it already is. It's just like, you know, I'm already suffering, I wish to suffer more, please, because I'm a masochist, and I do not do that. We're going to choose a past. This is always the difficult choice, though. So, there's an ordained priest. You fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps at Z you can overcome your appetites. This will give you a bonus to hearts, the skill of healing, and morale. That's hearts, which sometimes helps with tests around terror. Now, considering how high my terror was riding in my previous life, that might be a good thought. There is a natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they will take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, which is the skill of detection and perception. That's this one over here. The higher your mirrors, the quicker you can find a firing solution in combat. Now, I don't really enjoy combat, so Veteran of the campaign of 68. You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have bought you a command. This gives a bonus to Iron, the skill of causing direct damage. Once again, I try to avoid combat as much as possible, so... There is a poet, educated and articulate. You seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seemed. This gives a bonus to pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. This one increases the speed of converting fragments to secrets, which I personally have found very useful. This is what my previous life, what Eleanor, the previous captain, was. So there is a temptation for that. Or, last of all here, a street urchin. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. The last big score was enough to buy a ship. This gives a bonus to veils, the skill of subtlety and evasion. Speed, stealth, deception. Decreases the range at which enemies will spot you. Now, I think I'm going to go with this one this time around. I'm gonna run with the veils. The being able to convert the secrets is very nice, but being able to sneak around in my little fragile ship is even better. So I think I'm gonna go with the street urchin for this life around. Low cunning on the high seas. Your friend, another Longshanks, knows a little of gunnery. Only a little, but she can help. Talk to her, find out why she went to Z. You were a street urchin. Now you're a Z captain. Your stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. Gained 10 echo. I now have 1 Longshanks gunner. Gained 25 veils to get to a total of 50, and someone is looking for passage. And as always, I am going to be attempting to find my father's bones, because, frankly, it's the most straightforward of the ambitions. Wealth is slow. Fulfillment is even slower. Fulfillment is for the people who have already beaten this game at least once. I have never yet beaten this game. I'm on to life F, but I still haven't beaten the game. Alright, your father's bones. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Full Fathom 5, find where he fell and bring him home. When you found your father's bones, you can retire to victory. Explore fallen London to find your first cue. An occurrence, your objective ambition quality is now find your father's bones and then retire. Alright, a last scrap of paperwork. Captain, an irregularity with the Harbormaster's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? Obviously, I am Captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. Captain it is. A last piece of advice. Explore. Take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. Alright. Now, let's choose a portrait. Who shall I be this time around? I generally prefer the slightly more femme ones, but I can't remember what I've used before, to be honest. You know what, let's go with this one. This feels kind of urchin-y. Let's see. I am naming my captains alphabetically just to keep track of myself, so I don't know very many F names, to be honest. You know what, I am gonna go with Felicia, just so I can say bye, Felicia, when the time comes. Okay, so just going to flip the page in my notebook here. Let's give Felicia here a fresh page. Felicia. Yep, there we go. Alright, here we go. Your father's bones, a cold trail. Your father, lost at sea so very long ago. The trail was cold, but now you have a lead. Meet with Slivy, the urchin who speaks to the wind. The urchins of London lair in the flit, a creaking roof maze high above the streets. A bad altitude, as everyone knows. Slivy hears things. Slivy knows things. A week ago, he mentioned that your father was as strong a swimmer as you. A troubled tongue. Slivy's face is disfigured by a wine-stained birthmark, and he struggles with a stutter. Marks of the lightning's kiss one night when he got too bold in a storm, they say. Yes, I've been waiting for you. I will not be representing the stutter because as soon as I try to stutter on purpose, I start stuttering accidentally, and yeah, not great for when you're reading a bunch of stuff. I just wants me a little muttersalt, something to calm me tongue. Bring it, and I'll tell you who has your father. Go north along the coast to Wither, and bring back muttersalt for Slivy. You can buy muttersalt at Wither if you have Z stories. Oh, interesting. Okay. Muttersalt from Wither for Z stories for Father's Bones. Okay, it says these stories plural, so I'm probably going to have to do several trips. Okay. Advice for captains. This is a very handy little piece of work for your first life or two. But once you've reached several lives in, the best thing to do is to sell the book. 50 echoes for the advice for captains. Okay, I'm going to go to my lodgings first. Got this lovely townhouse because of the ironclad will. Sell off an heirloom. Yes, it's a piece of history. How much is it worth? You usually get slightly less than the item was originally worth. Warning, if you die without a will in place, your next character will not inherit these. That is true, and I need the money. So, sold off a necessary measure. You've sold it for what it will fetch, perhaps even for what it's worth. One heirloom for 816 echo, which is enough to write another will. But first I'm going to read the morning paper. The Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh-ho! A promotional coupon for Mrs. Plenty's provisioners for a half-caste of salt herring. You could use that. One recent news, one supplies. Alright, to my study. Okay, setting aside all of these other beautiful things, down here, write a will. The court of chancery, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom it may devour. Ensure it doesn't get its lion tentacles on your property when you're gone. Should you die, this will ensure that your heir retains your lodgings and any heirlooms you've accumulated. Very important. The lodgings are the only place you can get restful nights, and you will frequently need them if you ride a lot of terror like I do. Nominally cost 200 echo, and yeah. Write a will. Baseborn and fowling piece. The lawyer peers at you like a vulture composed of crocodiles. Come now, she creaks. There's a few years in you yet, but your caution does you credit. Sign here. No, ink is fine. This isn't the brass embassy. It only cost me 100 echoes, but now I have an ironclad will, so my next life will inherit my townhouse. Awesome. Okay, back out. Nothing else to do here right now. Adopt a Blemigan Gallivanter. I think I will. A Blemigan sits atop a splintered crate, clicking and whistling at captains as they come near. A polite bow. You extend your hand and the Blemigan leaps on. Its tendrils entwine with your fingers and it chitters quietly. It meets your gaze and bobs its dome in greeting. It's very small. Is it old enough for naval service? You're pretty sure its mustache is being drawn on in pen in an attempt to look older. As you approach your ship's gangplank, the creature flutes and vibrates with apparent happiness. The bosun winces as you bring it aboard. I now have a Blemigan Gallivanter. Which, the comatose ferret is very cute, but it only gives me 1 heart. Whereas the Blemigan Gallivanter here gives me 3 mirrors and 2 pages. So, whoop. Mushroom for the win. It's okay, ferret. I like you anyway. Play with the ferret. Attract its attention. A weary roll of the eye. Play, that eye roll says. Play. I played once in the happy warrens of London before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It's an eloquent eye roll. What does the Blemigan want? It has made its home on a shelf in your cabin. It has built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and a possibly pilfered map. Entertain your Blemigan. You can see the indentation of a porthole on the rim of its cap. It must have been pressing its face to the windows again. Is it bored? A vivid imagination. You pull out your second best chart and several pens. The Blemigan squeaks and bounces over, upending an ink pot in its excitement. You are ignored for several hours. When you return, to find it on your pillow, snoring quietly, your map has 3 new islands, a note reading simply "Here are lions," and a drawing of, well, it looks a lot more like a vast spider than a lion. Thank goodness there's nothing like that at sea. I gained a terror from this. You know what? Let's check out this passenger. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. He has no money, so the other captains have no interest, but he's a passionate youth and promises that his studies on Lorn flukes will be rewarding enough. Well, whatever. Hunter's Keep is easy. Let's go. Welcome to board. He jumps for joy as you agree to take him aboard. Thank you, thank you. Please, take me to Hunter's Keep right away. A Lorn fluke, a full, dead Lorn fluke, washed ashore. I'm doing my thesis on them. Do you know they can digest human memory? And I may never have another better chance to study one up close. Alright, that one's going to Hunter's Keep. Speaking of which, alright. Longshanks Gunner. What's up with you? Alright, Captain. What do you want me to shoot at now? The Longshanks Gunner is not the most distinguished of officers, but she'll do until you can find someone better. Increase your iron. I'll swap you for a secret for iron. Ask her what she wants from life. Proposition her. I always liked you back when we was still on the rooftops. The gunner has grown bored of subtlety. Ensure your iron is at least 20 points higher than your veils. Oh, I see. I will not be propositioning her ever, it seems. What do you want from life? Khan's shadow. It's like the flit at Z, right? No one to tell you what to do, say, or do. And no one to kick you downstairs just 'cause you got a bit tall. I'll be a faithful officer, but put me ashore at the shadow and I won't forget you. Khan's shadow is east of the Khanate proper, in the east central Untersee. Well, that's fun. Okay, Longshanks Gunner to Khan's shadow. Okay, and do I have Khan's shadow in my notebook? I have Khan's heart in my notebook. I have the Khanate. No, I don't actually have the note for Khan's shadow here, so time to put that in. Khan's shadow. East of Khanate proper. East, Central, Untersee. Okay. Come on, stay open so the ink will dry. There you go. Starting new pages all over. Alright, so she wants to go to Khan Shadow. And you? Ah. Well, we don't know. Let us speak, my captain, of the nature of edibility. Alright, he'll increase my hearts for secrets. But further things will be unlocked with supplies, a mutter salt, and a strange catch. I see. Back to London. Let's go to the Admiralty Survey Office. Gotta get the new life set up all proper like and stuff. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if we can be assured of your discretion. This port. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Oh, will you now? Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal at any time. Okay. Admiralty to... Oh! Iron and Misery. Iron and Misery Funging Station. Okay. Off we go. Anything else? I will not be carousing. I will not be hiring on more crew. Sure, let's offer passage to a tomb colonist. An immigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. I now have a tomb colonist to take to Venderbite. Okay, that seems like a good first trip, actually. Anything else? No, that seems to be everything, so I will be terribly indulgent, and I will buy some more fuel and some more supplies. There we go. Alright, first port of call is actually going to be the lightship. That will be just out here. For the first visit to the sisters, I do not need the recent news, and thus I'm going to spend it to get a Z story from the gentleman just out here. So we will put in here, and we will give them news of home. Lost my single terror and my recent news to get a Z story. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies, and whoever else is in there. And then Hunter's Keep is always just up here. conveniently on the way to Venderbite. There are some things that just never move. The city's attached to the shoreline that is along the far western edge. As far as I can tell, they never move. And Hunter's Keep is always right here. Quaker's Haven moves a little bit here and there, but a hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other Untersee islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Okay, so I'm gonna reconnoiter the island first and get, that gives me a port report. The sea's silence. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle, the house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. I now have a port report for Hunter's Keep. You know what, let's inspect the Lorn Fluke with the anxious university student, because I don't want to take him up to the house. It lies on the shore, just beyond a hill. You can just make out the Fluke's spike over the grass. The anxious student rushes by you, whooping, but he stops on the hilltop. On the shore, standing before the mass of dead needles, is a drowny in an Incian postal uniform. He glowers up at you. This is not where the Fluke belongs, the drowny cries in a plummy voice. It's to be taken elsewhere. It already has a delivery label. That means I have to deliver it. The student sneers. Sod your label. Captain, help me haul the beast to Station 3. My advisor at the college has arranged room there for its dissection and study. My work will benefit us all. Who will the corpse go to? Oh no. There's only one Fluke. They can't both have it. I don't like this picture. This picture is following me no matter which direction I lean away from my monitor. Don't like it. Wait, if I put a post-it over it, there we go, okay. Transport the Lorn Fluke to Station 3. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the student says. Or, transport the Lorn Fluke to Nuncio. It is labeled already, after all. Ooh. I choose to go with the student. I'm curious where this goes. So I'm just going to be here student plus Lorn Fluke to come on, pen. Station 3. Please stop staring at me. My post-it fell off. No. I shouldn't have used a used post-it. Loaded with extreme caution, the Lorn Fluke is tied by very reluctant sailors to drag behind your stern. On your deck, the anxious student twitches with delight. I can't believe what we have. His hand tightens on the railing. The drowny postman stares up at you both. It's natural for corpses to grimace, but when the corpse is still alive and is actively upset at you, it is additionally distressing. Bound for Station 3. It is rare something so awful washes up on shore. Well, that's great. Do I have in my notes anything about, the general location of Station 3? Give me a second here. Dincio, Codex, Estival, Iron and Misery, Empire of Hands, Isle of Cats, Fathom King, Chapel of Lights, Frostfound. I have Frostfound in here twice. Good lord. Polythreme? Oh, I don't have any notes here about where to find Station 3. I'm just gonna have to hope that it's not too far from where it was last life. I'm gonna be dragging that corpse for some time, I guess. Whoop! No! Come back here! Everything's falling! Okay, so I'm just going to put in... I'm going to put a spot for Station 3 in case somebody mentions. But obviously I don't have something to actually put there. Alright. I could spy on the house. Let's spy on the house. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You peer through a half-open French window into a grand parlor, grand in size, if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another, fair-haired but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says, and the piano music falters and stops. We'll go hungry, and then the end will come, for me, but not for you. The pianist raises her eyes from the keyboard. Hush, if we don't speak of it. She frowns. Has she seen you at the window? You withdraw. Okay, I will present myself at the house. Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor where 3 young women wait. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? You are acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep, and the air trembles. A breath of change passes. Now, this is the hard one. Choosing who to have lunch with. Lunch with Cynthia, the eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Lunch with Lucy, the middle sister, is sunny, restless, and prone to giggles. Or lunch with Phoebe, soft voice, watchful, unpredictable. You know what? I rarely ever have lunch with Phoebe. I don't remember the last time I had lunch with anyone besides Lucy, actually. But yeah, let's have lunch with Phoebe. Here's the story. Phoebe has a story to tell, of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts, out through the skylight of the dining room, to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The undersea shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There's a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there you finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly served cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. I now have a memory of distant shores. I've become acquainted with the sisters, gained a supply, lost some hunger, and I've gained Storm's attention. A dangerous one to have attention of, to be honest, but we shall see. That is it for here. So if we continue heading north in a very conveniently straight line out of Hunter's Keep, we will immediately see a pirate and a bat swarm. Lordy, I hate bats, because I can't engage those bats without getting the attention of that pirate ship. Stop touching me! And there's more bats right there. Oh boy. Well, I can scooch in here without getting their attention, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. The trouble with tomb colonists. You brought this decaying immigrant north. Now what? Help out an immigrant. Your tomb colonist passenger yanks up her bandages. She looks remarkably healthy for a tomb colonist. I'm not as dead as I look, she confesses, and I won't get ashore without your help. Yes, the constables are looking for me back home. Is that a problem? Or, make no promise of discretion. Keep your nose clean. You'll drop her off at the dock as you promised, and after that, it's her problem. You know, I'm curious enough. Let's help her. Let's try helping her. Muffled oars. You slip your furtive passenger past the skin check post and the confirmation of consolation. Thanks, Captain, she remarks casually. Let me teach you a couple of tricks, just in case you do this again, and here's a little hush money. I brought a criminal to Venderbite and assisted her. I gained a veil, 200 echo, I have one suspicion, and I lost the tomb colonist. Welcome to Venderbite. I've committed a crime. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Okay, I don't have enough terror for the dusty glass of wine. I can explore Venderbite. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. Visit the first curator, which I will actually do. Gather gossip, or the last tour operator. Oh boy. I hate doing the last tour. I hate it so much. I'm not going to be doing that. So let's gather some gossip and get a port report. Along the coasts of the Untersee, it is remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Alright, that is a Venderbite port report. Let us visit the first curator. Z captains. The first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all of the oldest tomb colonists, but even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light, the obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape, no larger than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen to a whispered request. Z Captain, Silkskin, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors, 7 colors. Pay well. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Venderbite. Accept the commission, thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors. Or just depart. You have no further business. Ask about the sanatorium. A long, low chuckling. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z, so we needed something else, somewhere to end. Alright, let's listen to the whispered request. 7 colors. Cosmogon, Irigo, Pelican. Steward has list. Find them here and there across the wide black Z. Accept the commission. No more words. It collapses, rustling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor. Okay. I have never yet completed that quest, but I keep trying. Alright, let's explore Venderbite. Here, they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. Captain, I'm a good seaman. I'm yours if you'll have me. Will you have me? I'm hungry. I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, if a little ragged and sorrowful. Take him with you. You could use an extra hand. Leave him here. Strangers are too chancy. You've heard stories about things in the shape of sailors. Or you just don't like his face. Or pay his passage home in an act of generosity costing 250 echo. No. Okay, last time I ran across this, I said no, and he cursed me. I don't want to pay the 250 echo for his passage home, quote unquote. I guess I'm just gonna have to feed him. Alright, take him with me. The way through the waves. All the way back to the ship, he talks excitedly about the seaman's craft. You start paying attention when he mentions navigational tricks you hadn't come across. With luck, he'll work hard as he talks. There may be further effects from this decision. I've gained a point of Vales. Welcome aboard, stranger. I've gained a crew, and that's all for now. Okay, anything else? No. Now, the main question here is, do I want to try continuing north to try to get to Wither, or do I turn back to London? I think I'd like to try to get to Wither. Perhaps if I hug the shore, I can avoid those bats. I have to admit I'm getting a little twitchy about how much food and fuel I have. Come on. Alright, right. An electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching, the sailors would say. Okay, here we are at Wither, which for once does not seem to have a lifeberg nearby to it. Yay. Welcome to Wither. Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here, you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely color. Explore the town. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of grey stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. Gather intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions, so much so that they always answer a question with another question. This can make intelligence gathering frustrating. Or sure, leave in Wither. The folk of Wither are quiet and sly and mystical. They subsist on cave fish and the dust-burrowing beasts of the waste. Their beer, however, is adequate. That's a straightforward challenge with a 100% chance of success to reduce terror. Alright, let's compile a port report. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might be 6. It could be 6. Eventually you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. That's one port report for Wither. I'm going to check the salt. Oh, 5. For 5 Z stories, you can buy 1 mutter salt. Oh boy. Okay. Can buy fuel for a single Z story. That's at Fortune and Fortune. There's also the Hunter's Cage. A sign reads, "Bones, please. The proprietor will sell you beast meats for stories or buy your ivory." Buy Stygian ivory star shells, the figurehead of the Eater of Names, and an anatomical cabinet. Sell supplies for Tales of Terror. That's what I could have done with all those Tales of Terror. I could have brought them up to Wither and bought supplies with them. Well, good to know that now. Way too late. Alright, let's explore the town. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Try the troglodyte prawns, huge and pale, and their eyes stare bleakly into yours, but they smell fresh. The shredded jellyfish, not to everyone's taste, which is a tough challenge with a 37% chance of success. Try something mysterious. What exactly is a tyrant's treat? The vendor is vague. It looks something like a charred stick dripping with bluish fluid. That's a high-risk challenge with an 18% chance of success. Or do you have anything more robust? The vendor winks and produces a usefully anonymous skewer of meat. I hope to never, ever unlock that one. We're going to have the troglodyte prawns. Not bad at all. Tangy and toothsome. Walk on, chewing cheerfully. Lost 2 terror. Have a fragment. Lost 5 hunger. And that's all for now, folks. Well, that's it for Wither. It's no point in spending the gold on reducing terror when I'm walking around with only 1. Okay. Well, Codex is never very far from Wither. That might even be it right over there. Yep, there it is. I didn't even need the bat. It's very weird to be here and not have seen a Lifeberg. Normally they're all over the place. Codex is one of the ones that moves, but it never moves far from Wither. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. Acquire a doomed monster hunter, or compile a port report, which is what I'm going to be doing. No one will speak. This is a challenge. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar, the meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, there are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Well, I still have port reports, so, you know. And now I'm facing in the right direction. So, back southward we go. And hope to not run into those bats. I don't have enough fuel to be really maneuvering around fighting bats. Whoop, 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 whoop. We'll sneak carefully around the bats here. My fuel is starting to make me nervous. Where is that other flock of bats? I can't see them, and somehow that is worse than seeing them. Wait, is that Hunter's Keep? Man, the scale of the map has tricked me again. Here we are. I have way too many sailors. It's gonna cost too much to keep all these people fed. Made it home! Collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. I have a free evening and the rose market is open. Okay. Let us consider the bruiser. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My what you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous Z-captains, and he would like to offer you what might call a dispensation on account that he is so fond of Z-captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Accept the dispensation. Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave it on the dock. Inquire further. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? Or refuse, too good to be true? Okay, now, my hold... I definitely have at least 15 points of space in the hold. But perhaps let's turn in my port reports before I deal with that. London, to the Admiralty. Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. 5 echo and a fuel. Venderbite. What have the nearly dead been up to, then? 10 echo, a favor, and a fuel. Wither. I refuse to ask questions. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. 20 echo, a favor, and a fuel. Codex. Exiled for giving answers. That's Wither for you. Anything new? 20 echo, a fuel, and a favor. I could ask to speak to the Admiral, but I don't need to right now, so... Alright. Bruiser, hi. Who's your patron? An airy wave. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. A public house. And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. I'm going to accept this dispensation, even though it's very... Gain 10 fuel, 5 supplies, accepted proposal, and now I'm doubly suspicious. Problematic, but we'll deal with it. Consider a specialist surgeon. I could definitely afford her. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's very easy to acquire implanted appendages at Z. Employ the Clattery Heir. Her talents could be well employed on your vessel. The Clattery Heir is a doctor who increases hearts and iron. Which, yeah. She's a little pricey. But I can afford it, which is awesome. Welcome aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Appoint your new officer, lost 30 echo, gained a Clattery Heir, no more recruits. Let's go to my lodgings and read the papers. Same text as before, lost a terror, gained a supplies. I don't need to visit my study. I will not repose in my elegant townhouse at this time. Let's see what's in the Rose Market. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z-captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. Alright, currently, a tattooed courier will pay well for a consignment of Scintillac. Her skin is crowded with bright ink. Her smile is cocky. And a starving poet is looking for solace fruit. I sold a sonnet, he exclaimed, jangling a pocket full of echoes. Those are awful things, but I'm not gonna spend my free day, just to do that. Oh, let's unlock the university. Visit the university. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z-specimens, and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to provide yourself worthy of entry. I have 2 secrets. Here goes one of them. Quite impressed. Oh yes, the university's maritime liaison whispers breathily. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain it to you. They explain, teeth glinting. Alright, gained a pages. I will not be selling the Alarming Scholar anything at this time, but it's nice to have the place unlocked. Okay. Let's get the Clattery Heir into the surgeon slot. And, is there anything... I can ask her to dine immediately, or I could proposition her. Well, I have a lot of supplies and a lot of money, so let's invite her to dine. Does she wield a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body, and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with a needle of chiton. Perhaps she has missed a calling as a chef? She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are the rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. All right. I have been alerted to rumors about the Clattery Heir's parentage. I am not going to proposition her at this time. I don't think there's anything else to really do at this time. So actually, what I'm going to do is pause the game to make sure that my Zailers do not eat me out of house and home, and I'm going to take a quick break because I'm nearly out of tea, and I need a very quick bio break because I have drunk all the tea. So I will be back in just a few minutes. Possibly I will run some ads, although it has been fairly recently since ads run. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Things will happen. I will be back in just a few minutes.